Good morning, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live from the Cheesehead TV podcast studio here in Midtown Manhattan. It is Monday morning, and the Packers have meetings. I mean, we've had the rookie minicamp and now OTAs. The next open sessions for the media, I believe, are on the 23rd, beginning on the 23rd. So that's like, 2 weeks away, a week away? That's the early part of May right now. So we've got a couple weeks of filler here, folks. So you better bring it in the comments. And I don't mean like Star Wars questions. I want Packers topics. And I'm going to start with something I read over the weekend. Tom Silverstein over there at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel had a nice piece up about the direction the Packers are headed and the need for LaFleur to convince Aaron Rodgers that defense needs to lead the team, so to speak. Kind of a can an old dog learn new tricks kind of thing. And I'm here to tell you, I don't think anything is ever going to change as long as Aaron Rodgers is in town. However, I do find that kind of idea fascinating, and I would love to be a fly on the wall when the Packers are putting together their offense this offseason, especially with the new voices in the room, Adam Stenavich being chief among them. I'm just incredibly curious as to how they go about piecing this thing together with the new pieces they have, the Sans Devontae, the way they want to approach offensive football. We all remember how effective and efficient they were back in 2020, 2021, not so much. I do wonder if the subtraction of Devontae and the addition of some of these younger guys not only necessitates, but drives the kind of the return to a spreading of the football and running the ball a little bit more, though I don't think this will ever be a run-centric team. I'm just fascinated to see how that plays out. And you got to think the building blocks of that direction are being formed kind of over the course of the next few months. Now, we know Aaron Rodgers is most likely not in the building while they're having these meetings. He is, made it pretty clear that he's going to stay away, but he may pop in from time to time. But yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see. And I'm of the opinion, you guys know, that Aaron Rodgers is going to continue to kind of drive the ship, right? He's going to be the straw that stirs the drink. But I think there's enough evidence out there for him to look and see. And he has said, when they get in that room, egos are out the door, and the best idea in the room is the best idea in the room. There's enough evidence out there that if they can just skew a little bit more towards what they were doing in 2020, the condensed formations, the use of motion, which I know Rodgers has said he's more on board with now than he was under Mike, but sure seems like that went away in a big way in 2021. If they can just kind of skew that way a little bit, just a little, I'm not asking for a buy-in completely change the offense. You can still do the empty, you can still do the 5 wide. I understand why they like it. I understand why Aaron prefers it. The Matt LaFleur style, Shanahan style, just a little bit. I think they'll be cooking with gas, especially with some of the young talent they have on hand. That's what I was thinking about over the weekend. I hope you all got a chance to read Spoon's piece. If you didn't, I highly encourage you to do so because I thought it brought up some really good points. Good morning, everybody in the comments section. Hope you're all doing well. Uncultured Barbarian starting us off. Morning, Nags. This morning's jams are Renegade and Blue Collar Man by Styx. Man, I love what you throw out the sticks. Pappies. Can't afford Pappies myself, but I have a Lagavulin coming. All right, buddy. Thanks for joining me on this Monday. And another one from Uncultured. Bonus jams are Jailbreak, Hollywood, Down on Your Luck, and Whiskey in the Jar by Thin Lizzy. Ooh, Thin Lizzy. Awesome band that deserves more respect. I very much agree with that sentiment. Kevin, good morning from Louisville. Good morning from New York City. Hope you're doing well. Good Monday to you, Packers fans. What's up, married guy? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you had a good weekend. Jeff Ness, thank you for the super chat. I saw an article yesterday, 5 things we learned from rookie camp. I wanted to scream nothing 5 times. It's the content game, man. People got to make their content. I know, man. I feel you. What was fun was watching all the breathless live tweeting of the rookie practice. Did you guys see Walker had an interception? I get it, man. I understand. We're all very excited. New Packers are on the field. It's great. It's exciting. And look, what else are you going to be doing other than wasting a couple hours of your life going to see the new Doctor Strange movie? That's right. I said it. I get it, man. People are excited. New Packers. It's lots of fun. Now, does it mean much? Did we learn anything? No, of course not. But man, it's the depths of the offseason. We're excited. There are new Packers on the football field. I got no problem with it. To each their own, Dig what you dig, as I always say. Dave, what's up, man? I am wondering how the loss of Adams changes some of the risk-reward analysis for Rodgers on the third and short shots downfield. That is a really good question. And it's interesting because a lot of the times, if you go back and watch last season especially, a lot of those third and short shots didn't go to Adams. A lot of times it's, because things are rolled to Adams and he has a one-on-one and an MVS a lot of the times, or Tunyon a few times early in the year. That I do wonder if that changes the equation a little bit because it's not obvious where the coverage is going to be rolled on third down. Obviously, with Adams in town, it was pretty clear you were going to have a safety, some kind of help, or if they were in some cloud coverage, the linebacker's going to go into the flat for the quick out, etc. Now that equation changes, especially on the defensive side, as far as what coordinators are going to call and how they're going to approach it. Yeah, I'm fascinated to see how that plays out. No doubt about it. And again, maybe the approach changes a little bit. Maybe form a few more of those bunch formations, a little more rub routes, trying to get guys free. Maybe get a few more of those. Although I know Matt did say, teams are playing a lot of that stuff better, but I still think there's gold in them Dar Hills. What else we got here? Callum, good morning. Do you think Wyatt is a legit starter? I mean, you never really know until they put the pads on, right? And face NFL guys on a NFL field with hitting and hollering and what have you. But I mean, from his college tape, sure looks like it. Now, it doesn't mean a whole lot what he did against college players, but on paper he definitely looks legit, and I think he'll be in the rotation early and often. Now, does he become a starter week one, etc.? I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see how he performs in camp. But yeah, I think the potential is there, no doubt about it. Now, defensive line traditionally takes, some time for guys to round into shape. It's very rare in the NFL where a defensive lineman comes right out of college and hits the ground running in the NFL. But, you never say never. But yes, I think eventually he will be a starter. There is zero doubt about that. Dustin, what's up, man? What was the feel of the MVS EQ Moore draft at the time compared to this year? People sound like all three of these wide receivers are going to hit. Just curious of the similarities. Thanks for what you do. I think there was very, from what I remember, I don't think it was, I totally understand. I completely feel what you're feeling as far as the way people are talking about all three of these guys contributing right away. I've certainly seen a lot of that on Twitter. Not that that amounts to much. Fans are excited. Again, that's fine. But yeah, no, from what I recall, it was very much like Brian following the mold that Ted had done the previous year with the running backs when he took three in succession. And then Brian doing the same thing at wide receiver. I think because of that, it was a different kind of feel, obviously, and they were all taken on day 3, etc. But Moore was taken on day 2. But I think the feel was he was trying to find something that would hit out of it didn't have the feeling of all three of these guys are going to be superstars. It was very much like, okay, one of these guys has got to hit. And essentially MVS did. So, I mean, there was still disappointment around it eventually because obviously the way things played out for the other guys, but I don't remember people, penciling them in for 800 yards and a bunch of touchdowns their rookie year. That was very different. Big Daddy Cool Breeze. What's up, man? Looking forward to seeing Watkins and Lazard teach the rookie wide receivers to block. Head east, never been any reason is my 70s throwback for a Monday. Ooh, I like it. Only 70s throwbacks. I like that. Watkins and Lazard teaching the rookie wide receivers to block. I mean, it's a big part of the offense, right? Matt LaFleur. Again, I mean, at least Matt is consistent. I don't know if you guys watched his post-draft presser, but one of the very first things he talked about with the wide receivers is their blocking ability and their want to and their ability to stick their nose in there, and get physical. So, yes, I'm with you, especially Lazard, man. We know that guy takes pride in that. What? I love it. You should stream the preseason games. Logan, wish we could, man, but we don't have the rights. And I ain't looking forward to getting shut down anytime soon. Oh. What else we got? Diego, the Bears still suck. Thank you, Diego. Thanks for watching on Facebook, which I can't believe our fucking Facebook page is still hacked. We have someone in New York who works for Facebook and someone in California at Palo Alto who works for Facebook, both aware of this and supposedly kicking us up the ladder, and we still don't have our Facebook page back. I can't imagine if this happened to someone who doesn't know anyone at Facebook. Unbelievable. Jeezy baby, what's up, man? Who is the better of the three? Ryan Grant, Dorsey Legend, or Edgar Bennett? Dorsey Legend is apt, but Dorsey Levens is, I believe, who you're talking about here, Jeezy baby. Who is the better of the three? Oh, man. It's like asking me to pick between my kids. I mean, pure football player, I'm going to go with Dorsey Levens. And that's no knock to Edgar or Ryan. They're both brilliant, and I love all three of these guys. But as a complete back, I'm going to go Dorsey. I mean, there's a reason when Dorsey and Edgar were in the same backfield in 96, Dorsey emerged as the kind of lead guy and then was the lead guy before injury in 97. But yeah, of the three, I would take Dorsey. Although Ryan is as close to a Dorsey Levens clone as I've ever seen come through Green Bay since then. Yeah, all three of those guys are awesome. Dustin, what's up, man? I'm very excited about Dobbs. Kid looks ready. His tape is legit, man. And I get why people are excited. Because you just watch, even if you just watch like the highlights, let alone like the cut-ups. Yeah, I get it, man. That is exciting. Now, does it translate? Will he be able to shake free at the line from press man against the NFL corners? There's a lot to go into this. And, does he stay on the field in running situations? Because is his blocking going to be any good, etc.? Like, there are lots of questions to answer still. But, yeah, he looks legit. No doubt about it. Marshall, what's up, man? Projected number of games you will be attending this season. Well, one at the moment, the London game. Outside of that, no idea. We'll see. We don't even know what our kind of approach is going to be this year. I will say I doubt we are doing watch parties for every single game this season, but we'll see. Dave, what's up, man? Can the Facebook hacker be flipped to hack the Vikings horn? Challenge equals opportunity. This is a phenomenal idea. I just have to learn Vietnamese and explain what football is and what the Vikings are, and we'll be cooking with gas. That's a great idea. I love it. Alan, what's going on, man? How does FirstRowSports.com get all the streams? In the land of Giants fans, I've watched almost every Packer game for several years. As a long, complicated answer, one of which I won't touch with a 10-foot pole. But suffice it to say, we cannot do it here at Cheesehead TV. Curtis, that's really nice of you to say. Thanks, man. Oh, that horn's so annoying. Yeah, right. Beers on me in London, Nags. Law, Matty. Holding you to that. I love it. What we got here? What else we got? Facebook has jumped the shark. Yeah. Edgar was a great running back in the mud. I mean, he was a classic mudder, right? I was there on that Halloween night when he put up 1 billion yards against the Bears. He was an all-timer in the mud, no doubt about it. Have you worked on your British accent that will annoy and slightly offend the locals yet? This is true, Matt. When I was a kid, the first time I ever went to England was with my folks when I was like 12. And we were there for about a month. And about a week and a half, like 10 days in, I started speaking in like a horrible little kid English accent just because I heard it everywhere and I was like aping it. It was like just kind of parroting whatever I heard. And my parents were so embarrassed. They would just, Aaron, shush, like, don't do that. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I did it the whole time the rest of the time we were there. And to the point where I got home and we went, I think in like June, and I spoke like that through July and August and into like the first weeks of school. What a nerd. John, what's up, man? Ryan Grant in the snow against the Seahawks. I mean, an all-time performance. An all-time performance. You cannot deny it. That was a great day. Guinness, right? Nagler, what did you think of that very cringy question in the latest Murphy Takes 5? Thought that Mark answered it really well. Phil, Yeah, it's interesting because I get if you guys didn't see the um, the response from Murphy in his latest kind of 5 questions with Murphy, blah blah blah, on the Packers.com. Someone, I think her name was Marilyn, asked about the Packers drafting all black players and how she'd morph that into how you should stand for the anthem and respect the flag and all this nonsense. So it was kind of a grab bag of talking points. And Murphy, yeah, he did answer it well. But it's interesting to me to see. The more interesting thing for me was kind of the conversation that followed, because I did think Murphy answered it well. But it's very interesting to see how many people respond with why do they include that at all? Like, why even give that opinion a forum, airtime, what have you? And I understand that kind of reflex, but I also understand the Packers kind of doing the calculus and understanding that there are a number of people who count themselves as Green Bay Packers fans who think like that. I know we get these types of messages. I'm not going to say all the time, but every once in a while at Cheesehead TV, we get that kind of stuff. And the Packers understand that ignoring those people is not going to change those people, but Murphy responding to it gives them something to point to and gives everyone who is involved in the conversation something to point to, how the Packers are perceived, what the Packers think about these things, so that when inevitably you are in a conversation with a relative at Thanksgiving, so let's say, and they maybe bring up some similar points that Maryland does, you can then, as a Packers fan, point to Mark Murphy's response and say, well, look, this is what the Packers think. This is why they think it. They have a long history of thinking this way, going back to Vince Lombardi, and you have rock solid points that you can make. So I understand, Murphy putting it out there for the record, so to speak. But I also understand why people kind of cringe, to use your word, at the airing of those opinions from Maryland. I mean, it's unfortunate. I'll just say that, but I understand a bit why they feel it necessary to make those responses public. What else we got? AZ Atheist. I have people like that in my family. I don't talk to them much. Can't fix stupid. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get too into it. Obviously, I disagree with everything that Maryland posited in that message. But as you state, I think everybody in Wisconsin probably has somebody in their family akin to that. And it is their opinion. I don't think it's correct, and I disagree vehemently, but they are allowed to have their opinions. And that's the country we live in still, at least for now. Nathan, what's up, man? Does anyone in Green Bay need furniture? I'm selling furniture nowadays. Euchre season. Nathan, I got nothing for you. But if anyone in the comment section needs furniture, hit Nathan up. He's your man. I'm glad he addressed it. Good for him to put his foot down on those types of what? Types of questions. I pretty much agree. Nags, why is Draft Day your favorite movie of all time? I said it. What did I say? I think I said it in a chat a couple days ago. Like, I get it, man. I get why people like it. It gets them in the mood for the draft, right? It's like Christmas movies. No, there's a lot of bad Christmas movies, but you watch them every Christmas because it gets you in the mood for Christmas. That's Draft Day. It's a bad movie, but it gets you in the mood for the draft. I get it. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.